What is up, everybody, and welcome to Everything's Plastic. Today we're going to be taking a look at a McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, and this is Shazam from Shazam Fury of the Gods.
I just threw a truck at a dragon. I love my life.
Now, I still haven't seen this film yet. I wasn't the biggest fan of the first film, but that being said, I'm not the biggest Shazam fan out there. Shazam fan. Man, that rhymes. Anyways, we'll get a closer look at the side of the packaging. We have DC Multiverse Shazam on this side, Shazam Fury of the Gods on this side, and we have the Shazam logo up top here, barcodes and all the juicy stuff there, Shazam logo on top. And on the back here we have this almost like a cartoonish image or picture of Shazam. This is a pretty cool design. I was expecting maybe a picture of Zachary Levi from the Shazam film, but they did the same thing with Batman as well. But other than that, guys, not much else to say about the packaging on this one. We'll be right back with Shazam outside of the package to get a closer look. Alright, everybody, we are back, and we have the awesome Shazam outside of packaging. And once again, McFarlane, you surprised me. This one is actually a lot better than I anticipated on, and pleasantly surprised with this one. So for accessories, we'll start off by getting a closer look at these kind of lightning effects. These are pretty cool. I think we've seen these before, but if I had to pinpoint and kind of nail which character we've seen them with, I wouldn't be able to tell you. Maybe Black Adam. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. I know they look familiar. I just don't know what character or figure they came with. This guy actually comes with a set of hands as well. We have the extra open hand for this side, and we have a fist for this side as well. So we have two fisted hands and two kind of open hands as well. And we have a black DC base, which we're so used to getting. This guy can stand up on its own, but I was doing a short prior to actually doing a review, and I kind of needed this one to keep him standing. So, and there's also a trading card as well. Kind of cool. The corners are actually rounded off on this one. Some of the other ones are pointy. This is the same image that's on the back, so nothing new there. And on the back here we have a quick little read up. Now I'm not going to read to you because my voice is bad enough as is, and I really don't want to put you guys to sleep. So pause now if you guys want to read that. Other than that, guys, let's get down to the figure. Remove that little base that we were talking about earlier, and let's get a closer look. I gotta give McFarlane credit, man. That face sculpt is pretty awesome. McFarlane are hit or miss when it comes to movie figures or TV show figures, but I gotta say, man, they did an awesome job. This actually looks like Zachary Levi, in my opinion anyways. I think they did an awesome job on the sculpt of the hair. Paint application is nice on this one. Details and eyes are nice as well. And I like how they kind of put a little bit of coloring in, a little bit of shading to actually bring out features. And that's one of the bad things about McFarlane. I think a lot of times their sculpt is actually accurate, but they don't really put the extra little shading in there to bring out the lines and all that stuff, all the details in the face. So great job, McFarlane. I will give you credit there. Love the lightning symbol on the front here, and we can see all kinds of details in these emblems on its cape as well. Tons of texture, tons of details in the overall sculpt of the body. And then we get down to his gauntlets or bracers. I always call it gauntlets. I know gauntlets are more of a glove. So we'll go with bracers. Paint application on that is actually pretty decent, man. We have the silver and gold kind of mixed. I'm digging it. Tons of detail in the belt as well, and that goes all the way around. And we do have two colors of red going down through the suit. So not all just one color of red plastic. They actually put two colors in there just to mix it up a little bit. A little bit of a darker red color, which looks fantastic. And like I previously mentioned, there is a pattern, a little bit of texture to the suit, so that looks great. Then we get down to his boots, and those boots actually look fantastic. The gold paint is nice, and the silver paint is nice as well. A little bit of overpaint here and there. But to be completely honest, you don't really pick up on it. You really got to pay attention to that. As for the cape, I think the cape looks fantastic, man. I like the way it flows. It's a nice, soft, bendable plastic, so that looks good. And I do like how you have a pattern on the bottom here as well, kind of embroidered, and it looks fantastic. Pretty decent paint application on that. Yeah, overall, man, this is actually a nice figure. All right, so now we had a closer look. Let's go over articulation. So for his head goes back this far, forward this far. We do have some side to side, full rotation all the way around. Wasn't sure if I was going to get it. It was kind of stiff. His arms do go up this far, all the way around. There's a rotation at the base, and we have a butterfly joint that goes back this far, forward this far. Pretty stiff. I never really worked this one in. There's a bicep swivel. You get a full rotation out of that. We have double jointed pinned elbows, which are pretty good. For his wrist, there is a rotation at the base. There's a little peg, and his wrist kind of spins around on that too. So you get a full rotation in both places, and then we have that ratchet joint. But yeah, it does go down this far, up this far, and like I previously mentioned, you do get your full rotation there. Okay, so this side is a little bit better. This is just a crappy joint on this side, but this one actually works a lot better. His wrist goes up this far, down this far, which is a pretty standard range of motion for these McFarlanes. Two ball joints like we typically see with these McFarlanes. So up top, the ball joint goes back this far, forward this far, a little bit restricted going forward, side to side's good, full rotation. And we have another ball joint down here that goes side to side like so, back, forward, and full rotation if you want it. So in total with two joints, it goes back this far, forward this far, over to the side this far, and over to the side this far. So fantastic range of motion. For his legs come out to a complete split. The diaper kind of bunches up, but it doesn't restrict articulation at all. Forward this far, back this far. There's a full rotation if you want it as well. But be very careful because the diaper kind of doesn't restrict it, but it does kind of bunch up. For his knees, you get a pretty decent range of motion there. It doesn't kick his own butt, but it does go back pretty far. And there's no boot cut or anything like that, but we're used to that with these McFarlanes anyways. It is a little ratchet joint there. The joints on this one are a tad bit different. But yeah, it goes back this far, forward this far. You do have a toe hinge there as well. Alright guys, so that pretty much wraps up articulation. If you want to change it, these hands, they just pop off. But for the sake of a review, I guess I can pop that off. Pop this one back on. And these lightning effects kind of just wrap around his hands. And his thumb kind of goes in through here too. Get that focus. So yeah, it kind of wraps around his wrist a little bit. And you can wrap it around his thumb and kind of have it in his hand. So if you wanted to put two of the lightning effects here, this is kind of what it will look like. Now these, they do actually fit on pretty decent, but at the same time, they fall off pretty easily as well. This one stays on pretty good. This one, just the way that it's kind of shaped, doesn't really stay on. But if you just kind of put them in a pose on your shelf, then you'll be completely fine. But if you're playing around with it, it's definitely going to fall off. I'm not big for those lightning accessories anyways, so it's one of those things that I'll probably never use. Let's plop that base back on. Alright everybody, just to do a few quick comparisons, here we have the 89 version of Michael Keaton, Batman. From the latest Flash movie, we have a NECA elf. I know it's a weird comparison, but come on man, it's Elf. How cool is this guy? And then over on the side here, we have the Macho King Randy Savage. Oh yeah. Oh my god, that was a horrible impression. And then over on the side here, we have a 6-inch G.I. Joe Classified Cobra Commander. Cobra! But yeah, obviously we know that this is a 7-inch scale, this is a 6-inch scale, and this is also a 6-inch scale. This one is an average size for a 7-inch McFarlane. Just a tad bit taller than these 6-inch figures. Now these are 6-inch scale, but they're a little over 6 inches. Just wanted to give you guys a quick comparison of a few other toy lines. Alright everybody, that pretty much wraps up our unboxing and figure review for the Shazam Fury of the Gods Shazam. So overall, I'm going to give this one a 9 out of 10. I think McFarlane did an awesome job on this one. The paint application on the gold and silver just pops, man. It looks fantastic. We do have a little bit over paint in some places, but for the most part, all the paint on this one is painted very, very nicely. We do have a trading card and these lightning accessories and an awesome base. And I think the articulation is pretty decent on this one. We have tons of detail in the overall suit. There is tons of texturing into the suit. And we actually have two colors of red just to make this suit stand out just a little bit more. Love the cape as well, and even on the back here we have a little bit of detail. So I think overall McFarlane nailed this one, man. They actually did a really good job. Whether I'm a fan of Shazam or the movie, I actually think that this is a fantastic figure. So I think 9 out of 10 is a pretty fitting score for this one. As always, my friends, let me know in the comments below what you think of our score of 9 out of 10. What do you think of this figure, and what do you think of our review? Also, let me know in the comments below if you actually seen Shazam Fury of the Gods. What's your opinion on it? Should I watch it, or is it a easy pass? If you liked the review, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. As always, my friends, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting, stay safe, go buy some toys.